I almost missed so much. In November of 2011, I lay in the bathtub sobbing. I had been in there for hours and the once hot bath had gone ice cold. I felt numb and lifeless, and all I wanted to do was figure out how to leave this world. No one, not one person in my life would have ever guessed it. I was the always there for you person, the helper, the good listener, the strong one. But after the loss of miscarriages and doctors telling me I would probably never be able to have a child, I felt broken. Having a miscarriage sort of grants you entry into this secret club that no one ever wants to belong to. As you sit in the despair, feeling betrayed by your body, you find the courage to share, and the women around you begin to speak up and say, "That happened to me too." I never knew. I felt so alone when I was going through those losses. Month after month, I was constantly mourning the dream of the life I thought I would live. So one by one, I began to picture leaving everyone I loved. I envisioned what would happen after I was gone. I had decided that they would all be fine. One thought kept me here, only one. I could justify leaving every other person I knew but my grandmother. What about my Nana? When I visualized life after I was gone, it was the heartbreak in my Nana's eyes that woke me up to my soul. Her love brought me back, and she doesn't even know it. I thought of her and her resiliency, how she, like so many of our ancestors, survived the devastation of war and the loss of loved ones, only to leave everything they knew and travel to a country with a language they couldn't understand to begin again. I began to understand that my very existence was evidence of the strength of my grandmother and her grandmothers, and that this strength was in me too. I was the prayer of a better life. Maybe we're all the prayers, dreams, and hopes of our grandmothers. As I lay there in the cold mix of water and tears, the sun started to shine through a crack in the blinds, and it was so bright that it snapped me out of the trance I was in. I closed my eyes and I felt the warmth of the sun on my face. I stood up and opened the blinds, and I saw the sunlight sparkling through the vibrant autumn leaves and took a deep breath. I felt myself coming back into my body, and I heard the whisper of my grandmothers and her grandmothers telling me to hold on. "Don't miss it," they said. I stared out the window in awe of the breathtaking colors. Red, pink, orange, yellow leaves covering the lawn like a blanket of hope. It was like I was seeing them all for the very first time. Another deep breath and the decision to stay. My mind was finally quiet enough to let my heart hear the truth. I was worthy of love, and I was worthy of living. I was hope and I was prayer, and my story wasn't over. It was just beginning. I didn't know it yet, but the biggest miracles of my life were on their way to me. I almost missed it. I almost missed so much. I would have missed the birth of my son and daughter. I would have missed the friends I had yet to meet, the dreams I had yet to dream, and the lives I had yet to change and be changed by. Wanting to die grants you entry to another sort of secret club, also one no one wants to be a part of. It's not until you share that you realize you're not the only one. Did you know that in this world, one person every 40 seconds takes their own life? From the time I began talking until now, we've already lost 5 souls. Something needed to die in my life, but it wasn't me. It was the old stories I had about myself, the thoughts of my unworthiness, the belief that I was broken. I was stuck going through the motions, believing I was not enough, thinking it would never get better, being who I thought I should be, and feeling less than. All of that needed to die, but I did not. It is a resilient spirit who chooses to stay here and live, in the pain, in the unknowing, in the doubt, here with the opportunity to write a new story, a beautiful story. What is it in your life that needs to die so that you can fully live? It's not you. I promise you that. It wasn't me and it's not you. We need to have this conversation more often. I'm done with the secret clubs. It shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go through the most painful moments of our life feeling all alone until some future moment of courage, if we survive to see it, when we speak and realize we were never alone. I'm here to talk about it with you today, but I have a friend named Leonard who isn't. That he would take his own life was never even on my radar, and I wish it had been. I wish we had talked about it. We need to have these conversations with our loved ones and our friends. The possibility of someone taking their own life needs to be on our radar. One person every 40 seconds needs to be on our radar. Give voice to your pain, to your struggles. Shine the light of love on them and know that they are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of your resilience. Lean in and listen. Love is whispering.